First of all, I'd like to say hello to all of my many friends, also to my many enemies. Once again, this is Roosevelt with another episode of Roosevelt Sounds Off. And on today, I'm going to continue on in my series called People. And today, I want to talk more about one of my favorite topics, which of course is the screwed up legal system, and talk about how judges want to mess up and ruin people's lives, especially for small things. The case that I'm talking to you about, that I'm about to bring you, that I'm about to show you the clip of, is a case of a young lady named LaRue Ford out of Michigan. She was given a runaround in a court clerk's office trying to straighten out a ticket. And because she's decided to say a cuss word, then a judge decided to have her thrown in jail for 12 days, causing her to miss Christmas with her family. Let's go ahead and run the clip.
Now to a story that's raising questions of free speech. A woman with no criminal history locked up for cussing, forced to miss Christmas with her family. 24-Hour News 8's Ken Kolker in studio with that story.
LaRue Ford had hoped to spend Christmas with family in Chicago. Instead, she spent Christmas in the Berrien County Jail. She is still locked up there, has been for 8 days. Her offense? Profanity in the clerk's office.
She said, "F this."
Attorneys for the ACLU compare it to a customer's frustration after a long wait at the Secretary of State's office or in the return line at the mall.
Like any of us who've had frustrating experiences in a bureaucratic environment, she essentially muttered a swear word to herself.
But in this case, it was in the court clerk's office at Berrien District Court in Niles, and it was overheard.
Judges are supposed to follow the law. We don't think that necessarily happened here.
ACLU attorneys say it started after the 49-year-old woman moved from Arizona to Indiana this fall to get a job as a driver.
This is a woman who is a professional. She has a master's in social work. She moved back to this area to find a job so that she could be closer to her family.
But Indiana denied her commercial driver's license after finding an unpaid traffic fine in Berrien County. Even after she paid that fine, Indiana kept denying her license. The attorneys say that after going back and forth with court clerks in Niles, a supervisor there finally discovered the mistake, a $50 reinstatement fee that she needed to pay. And that's when she cussed, her attorneys say, as she was leaving the clerk's office. And she was ordered into court when she returned with the $50. Judge Dennis Wiley charged her with contempt.
Imagine that at your job, if somebody mouths off to you, you get to go to your boss, and that person immediately gets to go into custody and spend the holidays in jail right then and there.
She's been in jail since December 18th after the judge revoked her $5,000 bond. Her attorney says it's because she doesn't have a permanent address yet in Indiana.
She very much expected to be with her family during the holidays.
Now, once again, this was in the clerk's office, not in the courtroom, which is why the ACLU says it will ask the judge to immediately release her from jail and drop the charge. Now, we tried to reach the judge and the clerk supervisor today, but we're told they would not comment. In fact, we were not allowed to bring our camera into the courthouse.
Tonight, a week and a half after she was jailed for cussing in the courthouse, 24-Hour News 8 was there as LaRue Ford was released from custody. 24-Hour News 8's Ken Kolker has been following developments on this story since day one. He is live tonight in St. Joseph County. Ken.
Yeah, Leon, LaRue Ford left through the back door of the Berrien County Jail just a little more than 2 hours ago. After 11 days locked up for using profanity, she was free. But there was no celebration. How does that freedom feel?
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I guess right now I'm just speechless. I'm tired. I've just been through so much.
LaRue Ford was charged with contempt after cursing at the Berrien County District Court Clerk's office in Niles early this month. She admits cursing but says it was to herself as she left the clerk's office, frustrated after getting the runaround while trying to clear up an old traffic ticket. When she returned with $50 to finally clear it up, Judge Dennis Wiley ordered her arrested.
You know, it wasn't even necessary to put me through all of this.
She had been locked up since December 18th on a $5,000 bond.
11 days.
But today, at the request of an ACLU attorney, Circuit Judge Alfred Butzbaugh overruled Niles Judge Dennis Wiley and reduced her bond, allowing her to walk free. The ACLU claims Judge Wiley overstepped his authority, violating her constitutional rights. Today, she thanked those who listened.
People listening. People listened to my story because they didn't believe me when I told them. You know, they didn't believe me. So someone listened. And that's what helped me get out of here, or I would still be in there.
But she still faces the contempt charge.
No, this fight's not over. You know, I thought it would be, but it's not over. You know, I still have to come back.
We don't have ultimately a whole a win yet as to the contempt charge, but I feel like you know, we didn't really, we got what we wanted to get today.
Today, LaRue rode away with a friend while her family drove up from Chicago.
Praise the Lord.
Now, the ACLU had hoped that the circuit judge today would dismiss this case altogether, but the judge could not get that on his schedule this afternoon. Live in St. Joseph, Ken Colker, 24 Hour News 8.
Now, I think that this thing is just, you know, very, very bad. I don't know how you can just go and lock somebody up all because they said a cuss word under their breath as they were leaving the court clerk's office. It's not like she was in open court and said a cuss word. And to go and lock somebody up for 12 days, you cause them to miss Christmas with their family. And it just seems like you just want to do something just to ruin their life over something that is very, very small. I mean, that cuss word didn't hurt anybody, but yet, you know, the judge wanted to go and lock her up. So it just goes to show you again this example of narcissistic behavior by judges who, just because their ego was, it wasn't even their ego, because at the time, he wasn't even standing in front of Judge Dennis Wiley at the time. You know, she was leaving the court clerk's office. And come on now. I was telling a friend of mine that I think that the legal system sometimes does not take into consideration real human feelings. Because I think that any one of us would be upset if we were trying to take care of some business, trying to, you know, so we could move forward to try to straighten out our lives and everything, but yet we were kept, just people, again, kept on giving us the runaround all for nothing. I think that, you know, they'd be frustrated too, but they don't take that into consideration, because the legal system is only there to punish. It's not there to correct. It's not there to make you a better person. It's not there to make you stronger or anything like that. It's not there to make you reoffend. No, it's designed to only punish, and it's designed only for revenge. So I believe that it's certain things in this legal system that we need to throw completely out. Like I say all the time, that, you know, little things like this, little crimes like this, if indeed this was a crime, and he charged her with contempt of court, and it wasn't even contempt because she wasn't even standing in the courtroom. So how stupid is that? Like I said, we need to stop worrying about and stop enforcing small crimes. We really, really do. I mean, it's just another case of people, you know, who are stupid and self-righteous and narcissistic, like this particular judge, who want to go and major in the minors. And I don't think that we should major in the minors just to get even with people, all because a person has done something that, you know, we just don't like, or made us feel uncomfortable, or something it was that they had said or something that we didn't like. You know, I don't think that you should use your judicial power to do that. And I think myself that for being people, police officers and judges have just a little bit too much power. So I think that these people, like police officers and judges like Dennis Wiley, don't need this kind of power. And people like Dennis Wiley, this judge, needs to actually be removed from his seat. Hit me up in the comment section if you agree. I'm going to leave this video right where it is. And everybody watch and subscribe. I'll see everybody on the next video. Peace and blessings to all.